whatever, but I'm gonna. Hey guys, this is Cleve, and he's with Young Living, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the Agilease, the new product, and the difference between this and the BLM, and why this is going to be a great product for us.
So this is the Agilease, which we're really excited about. I brought you over by this poster here to kind of further explain, or further show anyway, how it is that it attacks the problem of the joints disintegrating, basically. Now, the product that it's replacing is called BLM. BLM really has glucosamine and MSM. MSM is sort of helps with sulfur, which is a connecting molecule or atom for a lot of these connective tissues. But the glucosamine is the building block for this stuff right here called cartilage. And it's a cushiony thing that's between the lines, the ends of the bones in the joint. It's really beneficial. If you look over here, you can see this one is losing all of the cartilage until it gets down to that point that we call, medically we call it bone on bone. It's a very, very painful condition. Also between the joints there's a thing called synovial fluid, kind of an extra cushion. There's also bunches of connective tissue. We've got ligaments, tendons, there's musculature in there, there's of course the bone itself. So the thing with BLM is it really just worked on the cartilage. It provided the building block and the things, the mortar with the MSM that was required to build this cartilage. Agilease comes at the thing from a whole different angle. It also has the building blocks, of course, but it's got other ingredients in it that are going to help build the synovial fluid, help strengthen these tendons and cartilage that are around the joint. In other words, what I would expect someone to experience after a while of using it and taking care of their joints is them coming sort of back online, if you will, that they would be tighter, function properly, and without a lot of the discomfort that they had experienced before.
Right, that's great. And this is something that you said is safe to take on a daily basis.
On a daily basis. The dose is 2 caps a day. Whether you take that 2 at one time or 1 twice a day doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Empty stomach, food doesn't really matter.
Interactions with other
Interactions if they're on medication, which if you get a joint like this, they're on medication, no worries.
No worries.
That's from a pharmacist.
He is a pharmacist, so this is great. How soon should you see results? I'm getting a question.
Okay, go through at least a bottle. It is working for you, but it depends on where the person started. So if I've got someone in an extremely degenerative state to begin with, obviously it's going to take longer to see effect on a joint like this. If somebody's exercising a lot, gets sore knees from their jogs, that sort of thing, but they're in relatively good health and have relatively good joints to begin with, they can see almost immediate effect within days. Somebody like this, we are talking a months-long process.
Okay.
Most people are going to fall somewhere in the middle and might start feeling something, some kind of relief, just feeling better in the joint almost immediately, you know, a couple of weeks anyway.
Okay. Give it something they have to continue on, or just when it flares up again?
Let me put it to you this way. The wear and tear occurs continuously. As long as the joint is used, wear and tear occurs. Therefore, from my perspective and full benefit and full health, yes, daily, is going to be, it's going to be the best for you, best for the joint.
Can you take that if you have kidney disease?
Yeah.
And it doesn't interfere with blood pressure?
Like the NSAID stuff, completely different thing. NSAIDs are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, ibuprofen, naproxen, those sorts of things that are typically given for this kind of condition. 2 things about those drugs. Number 1, they're nephrotoxic, which means that they damage the kidney and the kidney function. Number 2, they actually hinder, have a broken hand. I can't take NSAIDs because it would affect the bone healing in my hand. Same thing happens that you're actually taking the drug for. It's actually hindering the repair of the joint by what the body's trying to do to it. It's interesting. I wrote a book.
Very interesting.
You did?
I did. It's called Drugs and Natural Alternatives. I wrote 2 books. One's called Drugs and Natural Alternatives. One's called Drugs and Nutrient Depletion. And in that one, I talk about what NSAIDs do to the condition that it's actually meant to treat. It's really good for the pharmaceutical industry because it's a self-promoting.
Yeah.
You have to keep buying the drug.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, good for building those joints back up.
That's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Yep,
that.
ta-ta.
Okay.